Hello there, welcome to yet another program in the series. Hope you're having a great day. So I've been feeling quite a bit of anger recently and frustration with the way the world is. We can't fail really to be touched by the issue of inequality. We hear a lot about the way women have suffered from inequality with the way they're treated by legal systems, by society, but we don't hear much about how men are being treated, and that's what I'd like to talk about in this program. Because if I talk about slavery, of course this conjures up images perhaps of people picking cotton. Of course that kind of thing, the chattel slave picking cotton or whatever, was abolished a long time ago. So then you might start to think about women brought from distant lands into Western countries as sex slaves. We might even think about child soldiers in Africa somewhere. You may have heard about all these different issues, and these are all brought to the public's attention. But there's still some slavery going on in Western Europe and in other parts of the Western world in this 21st century, and it's right out there in front of everybody, and it's actually legitimized, and it concerns just ordinary men doing perhaps a degree or some other higher education, ordinary men just going about their own business, having a life, enjoying a young family perhaps, and they're taken from their situation and forced to go into military training, and this is happening in Switzerland. And what that really says is that men are still just to be regarded as objects, as meat shields, as people to compel to fight for the good of everyone else. And this is no doubt a very disruptive effect in these men's lives. They could have their education interfered with, their relationships could be challenged, and so on. And of course I understand the appeal economically of forcing young men to serve as a country's military, because it means the people in that country don't have to pay the full market price for the army that they would like. So they're getting a bit of a free ride. And of course it also means they don't have to take responsibility for their own defence by owning guns and by getting training and learning how to protect themselves and be independent. It's an easy ride that they can obtain through the democratic process. So here we are in the 21st century, men just don't have fundamental human rights. And, I can imagine people sort of minimising this and say, stop whining and so forth, and these men are privileged. But that just doesn't really cut it at all. I mean, that's just frankly completely absurd. And if I was a young man in one of these countries where there's conscription, particularly, given Switzerland, I think it's something like over 70% of the population are in favour of conscription or slavery. I repeat myself. yeah, I'd just be wondering, are these really people that I want to risk my life for? This population of people that thinks it's good that I should be threatened and forced to serve them in this way.